Colleagues Nayoma Sampao and Kennedy Mureithi are on the ground with the latest. Kennedy, we spoke earlier, and of course, by then voting had just started it's kicked off, and we started to see people streaming into the polling stations. Have the numbers started perhaps going up, and what do you have for us?
Well, a very good morning to you, Victor. And yes, the numbers are picking up. We are at one of the polling stations here at Moshada Primary School, where we have seen that the elderly, the moment they come in, they're being assisted, and they're being, actually, as the queues are building up, they're being brought straight into where they're supposed to vote. Right now, what you can actually see on your screen is that an elderly lady has just come in, and they are confirming her status with the KIEMS machine, just to make sure that it is indeed, or this is indeed her polling station. One other elderly person had just come in, but she has had to be taken to another polling station just because they could not see her name. We've also seen, not just here, but other places where they just have to also key in your ID details. And yes, as you can see, that they've been able to know, and she's being called out loudly so that they can just make sure that it is indeed her, and she confirms that that is her name, and she is being assisted by someone else whom the IEBC officials in this particular room are communicating that information, that the person who's coming in is being assisted, and it is information that is being said from outside. The level of transparency that we've been able to see this far, Victor, is actually impeccable, as most of the places where we've gone and those who are coming in to be assisted, we've seen that all the agents in that particular room are being involved. Even if that person needs to go onto the polling booth, the agents who are in that particular polling station are being called just to make sure that they do, or even the voting as it goes on, the person who is being assisted to vote is the one to make that decision, and if that decision is the one that is going to be communicated, just as my camera person will be able to show, is that at this polling booth, it is written, do not use mobile phones. That is one of the messages that was communicated seriously yesterday by the returning officer, where they were saying that there are those who want to vote, and immediately they vote, they want to take a photo of the ballot paper so that they could probably go out and cash out on it. So that question was raised heavily, and we've been able to see that the polling officials are very, very, very strict with regards to what will happen when they get you with a phone. We've also noticed that there is a bit of organization as the numbers build in different parts of this polling in this constituency. Remember that there are 154 polling stations, and as we started earlier today, the numbers have been building, and in most of the polling stations where we've gone, Kiprop, is that as they started at 6 o'clock are not the same numbers that we are seeing right now. Actually, they are building. In some polling stations, there are more than 3,000 voters, and the numbers, notwithstanding the age, are quite building up. I want to come with my camera person, Nelly, just to show how it is looking like. People are already patient, just coming out to make sure that they do exercise that democratic right of voting. These are just numbers, the people in one of the polling stations who've just come out, and they're standing in line to make sure that they vote. The only preferential treatment that is given is to those who are elderly or pregnant ladies, or those who are disabled. But this is one of those polling stations. The police officers are making sure that everything goes as planned, and the COVID-19 protocols are also being observed to the latter. So we are moving around the constituency into all the polling stations. Remember, we also said that at the entry points of this constituency, there are barriers that have been erected. Remember, yesterday there were a bit of concerns that had been raised with regards to the number of people that might be brought into the constituency. So the police are a bit vigilant to make sure that each and every person who comes in, if you have a vehicle that is carrying more than 2 people, the police want to confirm. I don't know whether there is a bit of scuffle. We don't know what's happening, but there are those who are coming in. The people who are coming to vote are very serious with regards to what they want happen. So they want to make sure that everything goes seamless. They woke up very early in the morning. They came, and they don't want anybody who's just come in to cross the line and move ahead of the queue. So the vigilance that we've been able to see here, Kiprop, is quite impeccable, as everybody wants to vote and they want their voice heard. But right now, we are keeping an eye as we also move to other places where we want to make sure and also know where the key players. Remember, this election has 8 candidates, and all of them, as we've seen on the ballot paper, are there. So you come in and you choose whomsoever that you want. But right now, we want to move around to make sure that everything is also going on rightly. As of now, we've not heard of any incident so far about insecurity or anything that may deter these elections from going on. But we're moving around just to make sure that everything goes as planned. My camera person and I will be seeing you in a few. Back to you, Victor.
All right, thank you, Kennedy. Definitely the turnout is impressive. But before I let you go, in the run-up to this, of course, elections today, yesterday, there were the counter-accusations that we saw from both the UDA and the Jubilee Party on issues of rigging of voting. And this is the same thing that we saw during the Matungu and London ward in Nakuru by-elections, where there were quite a number of incidents, including violence and even electoral officers being harassed by politicians and goons. Maybe just give us a quick update on that. Yesterday, we saw quite a number of police officers on the ground. What's the situation like this time around?
Well, a very good question there, Victor. And in every election, the politicians want to drive a certain narrative, as we saw yesterday. Remember, the IEBC official was also very categorical. I remember yesterday, members of the United Democratic Alliance even went ahead to speak to the returning officer, that is Mr. Peter Muigai. And Mr. Peter Muigai, in their questions, the UDA wanted to know how the preparations were, and one of their major concerns was the number of police officers that have been brought here. But Mr. Peter Muigai was very categorical that in every polling station, that is the 154, there is going to be 2 officers per polling station. If you count that, comes to just something slightly above 300. Then he also said that he was very categorical that he has asked for 3 other platoons to be on standby in the event that there is going to be any skirmishes in any part of this constituency. So the number of police, according to UDA, was quite a number, and they were raising those concerns as they did in Juja, saying that the police were quite a number. Also, the other thing that you've asked was the usage of the intelligence service, as he had captured yesterday. But right now, Victor, those people, you cannot know them. But there were also allegations that these people would come in armed, but we have not seen that this far. So the politicians will make their allegations, but also the IEBC would not be deterred by those allegations. Probably those are messages that the politicians would also want to make. But the IEBC has assured of a seamless process this far, and what we've also witnessed is something that is seamless, even with the agents, because the agents are the representatives of the candidates in every polling station. So if the agents raise any alarm, then it causes some queries when it comes to the candidates. But right now, none has been raised so far.
All right. My colleague Kennedy Mureithi there, of course, is moving around Kiambaa constituency for the Kiambaa constituency.